Right. Massive apologies for what just happened just now. My whole internet is cut off, which is weird. But we are back. Right. So, let us go through the grid again, because I did catch out the last few minutes of Q3. So we'll go through the entire grid now in slightly damp conditions. I mean, it's wet, but it's barely drizzling. But I'll run through this very quickly. So 18th is RSF1 Source in the Mercedes. 17th is F1FA Joker in the Red Bull. 16th is Rage Quit in the Alpine. 15th is Josh Meister in the McLaren. 14th is the AlphaTauri of Locker. 13th is Bezamike in the Haas. 12th is Dano in the Williams. Button is 11th in the Aston Martin. 10th is Chris in the Williams, with Fish Sticks in 9th in the Ferrari. 8th is Des Brody Alfa Romeo. 7th is RSF1 Hippo with great showing. Millsy, the first of the championship protagonists, remember, in 6th place in the Haas. 5th is Old Manzi in the Alfa Romeo. Rogue, great qualifying position in 4th place in the Ferrari. 3rd is Lincoln. Finishes like this. Lincoln is world champion of F4. Can he stay there though? Can he have a clean race? Ahead of him is the usual qualifying protagonists of Gachal, and pole position is Cornet Star. I know you're probably AI off the line, Chris. You just got to relax and sort of go from there, pretty much. Alright, so on slightly damp conditions, we reset. I need to reset myself as well. Relax, Chris. Stop shouting and relax. Jesus Christ. The worst person to motivate in a gym, I think, as we're going to get ourselves ready for the penultimate race in the season. Are we going to decide our F4 Drivers' Champion? Or are we going to have another drama to take us to China in our finale? We're ready for the lights. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights. And it's go, go, go as they slowly trundle off the line. Kachal nearly sideways. Locks in front of Lincoln, and there's a Rebel of Hippo trying to go right on the outside. It's 3 wide. There's a Williams of Dano, I think, straight up on the inside. As Kachal and Lincoln, they'll go off at turn 1. I think Lincoln just about stays ahead of Kachal just stays ahead of Lincoln. Desbro's left the session. He's AI car. There's bumping and boring at the end of turn 3. Millsy's caught up in the end of it. It's all car park crawl at the moment. And the exit of turn 3, but all okay. It seems. Might be a bit of damage here somewhere. Fish Sticks and Josh going side by side. Don't know what's going on. Desbro's AI is causing all sorts of problems, which is a shame for Desbro. Hopefully he joins back sooner rather than later. Hippo's made 2 places. He's actually got ahead of Millsy in with a fight as he goes wide through turn 6 and 7. But top 4 stay as you are. Cornet, Kachal have got ahead of Lincoln a little bit. Not Kachal. Rogue looking up at the inside of turn 9. That would have been very, very risky. And Lincoln just wants a quiet race here, but I don't think he's going to get that at all as we end the first lap. Desbro is unfortunately down 9 positions. Rage Quit is right at the back as well. In fact, Rage Quit has had an absolute shocker. He's half a lap behind. As end of turn 1. As Rogue is all over the back of Lincoln. Lincoln is very slow up until turn 3, and Rogue is through into 3rd place. And then you've got Hippo, Millsy. Now Hippo's got a great traction out of turn 3. He's fighting with the champion-elect, potentially. Hippo backs out of it, weirdly. There was an ease of throttle there, as Millsy's right under pressure of Manzi. So both championship protagonists under pressure. So we're midway through lap 2. Very damp conditions, but not as wet as it was in qualifying. All on intermediate tyres, or we're probably on intermediate tyres that have already done a few laps. As Rogue already gets a 3-second time penalty. Bit of a gap behind Millsy to Chris, who has made his way up into 8th place. Button's up 2 places to 9th. Dano's up to 10th. Josh Meister's up to 11th. And Source has had a great start. He's up to 13th in the Mercedes. Joker got caught up in a bit of a messing the Red Bull behind as well. There he is in 16th. And unfortunately got Desbro at the back. I think Desbro's had a few connection problems. As out in the front is Cornet Star by a second and a bit to Kachal, and he's got a bit of a second and a bit to Rogue. As we gradually get ourselves into the rhythm of this race. Chris is holding up a massive train there of Button, Dano, Josh, Fistix and Sauce, and Locker and Mike. Any much? As into turn 4, Millsy not under pressure on Manzi just yet. Then you can see the Chris train is starting to form. Bit of spray around this middle part of the tracks. It's a bit more wetter around here, but the first sector and the last sector are very damp and not much spray coming off, as Locker and Sauce having a side-by-side ding-dong through turn 6, and Locker on a feature has gone around the outside of Sauce. So great lap, great pass there from Locker, and Mike was having a look at Sauce as well. At end of lap 3, Cornet Star leading just by a second. Look at Chow. Remember the curbs, you do not want to bounce on the curbs too much, they can upset your car, and race could be over in a second. As Chris seems to be gathering himself together, is coming up to the back of Old Manzi as they head up into turn 3 once again. Hippo up in 5th, remember F5 driver, mixing it up. He's in between the two people that could win this championship this season, Millsy and Lincoln. Of course, Button can still win it as well, but he's stuck in 9th place and needs to win both tonight and China and hope these two don't score. And again, he's still stuck in the Chris train. Rogue with the only penalty at the moment, and pit stops. Sauce, Desbro and Rage Quit at the back at the moment, but at least they're on fresh tyres now. It's the spray picking up. And the lap 4, the laps go by still quite quickly. Look at Hippo. Really putting Lincoln under pressure here. This is different for Lincoln, but I think he's just managing it. He knows as long as he stays ahead of Millsy, no matter what the positions are, he is F4 champion, regardless of what Millsy does. And Millsy needs second, at the very least. So, still early stages of this race. I think Lincoln will be relatively happy with how this first 5 laps have gone. Still, we got this train behind Chris. Button, Dano, Josh and Fish Sticks all in there. And rain's not as heavy as qualifying, but still very much there. And Chris not getting the turn in at all. This is why he's struggling. The car just doesn't want to behave. He has had a bit of a game reset glitch earlier, which is obviously not helping him with his confidence, as Rowe picks up his second penalty. Josh Meister picks up his first. Also gets one. And at the moment, we're just poised. Delicately poised. A few battles here and there. Curbs are deadly, you can lose them at any point. Concentration is got to be right up there as we look behind from Chris. All aboard the Chris train. Dano is trying to get involved, gets himself a penalty, cuts the first corner a bit too much. Trying to keep up with Button, who's looking at the back of Chris. So we can maybe go for the lunge. Dano's going for the lunge. He's gone for the Ricardo lunge, or Max lunge, I guess. Either way. Oh no, he's tagged Button into a spin. And Button with no front wing. Oh no. Dano, that's not good. That's very much not good, and Dano will not be very happy about that. He's now battling with Josh. And Button, well, it was a heavy task to try and overhaul the two ahead of him in the championship. It's now got even worse. No front wing. He's got a long way to go. I don't think there was anything malicious there. I think Dano just caught out by the fact that Button didn't get the best traction. There's yellow flags through turn 6 and 7. Button's struggling to get back into the pits. So he's going to be way off. at the moment. Top three kind of in a steady rhythm, and then we got this battle here where Hippo gets a time penalty now. Dano and Josh fighting. Edge of turn one, but I want to stick to here because Hippo's got a good-ish run on Link. I was thinking about it, maybe. Millsy may be caught, maybe looking to catch Hippo off guard. And all three of them sliding out of turn 3. So Dano has now got by, or stayed ahead of Josh, as Button is now in the pits. I'll say he's got a long way to go, but a safety car can happen at any point. These guys are so close, trying to keep up concentration. All it takes is a big off from any of these guys. You get too wide on the curbs, and that's it. These three seem to be dropping away from the front three. The front three are kind of a stable. Cornet and Kachal still a second apart. Rogue kind of in his own race at the moment. And third, gapping these guys but not keeping up with the front two. As we head to lap 8. And these intermediates, they don't last very long on this game. So we might even be looking at a 1, maybe 2 stop. 2 stop would be obviously very aggressive if you've got the tyres to do so. You can do a 1 stop potentially. Yeah, Lincoln is 4 seconds off Rogue. Rogue is, well, as I said, the drop 3 are dropping these guys. The problem with these wet weather races is not like the dry around here. Dry can be very, very close, but this, they're spreading out a little bit. This may not be the most entertaining of races at the moment, but it's finally poised. It's, as I said, this could change on a second. We've seen safety cars happen so much this season in every division. This division in particular. This division in particular has had safety cars at so pivotal points that change a race on its head. We know it does. This Button is having a go at Desbro for 16th place. Button's trying to recover something from this race. Remember, he's now on fresh as the fresh tyres, so he's kind of had a sync of everyone else. Safety car, though, will be right back in the money. Currently, we're still, I know I'm focusing on these three a bit overboard, but this is the closest battle on track at the moment. We've got Fishtix and Josh right behind Dano, but yeah, it's these three. Lincoln in 4th, Hippo. Millsy keeps thinking of a lunge on Hippo there. Not close enough. Lincoln in 4th, just trying to manage the pace. Hippo, this is great stuff from Hippo. Up from F5, mixing it in between these 4. These for F4 I meant. Although these 3 battling is allowing Manzi just to kind of be there, ready to pick up any pieces. And you got Chris, who's just picked up his first time penalty of the race, and Hippo's got a very big wide out the final corner. This might be a chance for Millsy. If he can get a good exit out of turn 1. Maybe turning a little bit too early. No, bumped over the curb, so Hippo gets the better traction. Still, these 3 carry on. Again, Josh and Fish for 10th place is the other battle going on. I'll jump back to Cornet, who's 100% ERS. Way more than Kachao, actually. Who has just got by Rage Quit, who's now a lap behind on lap 10. The Rage Quit not having a good day at all. Is he in AI mode? Does he not come back? Oh god, no, he's just struggling for pace at the moment. These two, it's kind of been like a second and a bit consistently between these two. Let's have a look at the lap times. I'd imagine it'd be quite identical. 13.8 and a 13.5 actually. Kachal was 3/10 quicker on that lap. Again, Cornet seems to be managing that gap there. Rogue cannot seem to be catching the top two, but is pulling away from this group. As Dano has overtaken Chris there for 8th. But Chris will be struggling for place. Oh, whoa! Got right off. I don't know who that was. Other than being the McLaren of Josh, but Chris and Dano, who are obviously competitors in F5, teammates in this race for Williams, as Hippo's now. I cut to Hippo because Hippo's 2 tenths behind Lincoln and might be going for a lunge. He's fended off Millsy. Millsy's dropped about a second behind. Now Hippo can put pressure on Lincoln. Is this the opportunity that Hippo was looking for? Lap 11, Rowe picks up a 3rd time penalty. He can't let that creep up, otherwise his podium aspirations are going to just drop. So we've got the top 14 now have done 10 laps on their, now be 11 laps on their intermediates. Ideally they'd want to get about halfway and then go on to another set, as Lincoln has now fended off Hippo. Hippo's attack diminishes for now. But now we've got a battle brewing of Josh, who is another F5 compatriot of Chris. Chris is dropping pace a little bit, and in comes Josh. Josh's got a much better run. Out the last corner, he's going to be, first corner I mean, round the outside up in turn 2, he's just got pure straight line speed, and easily makes a move on Chris. Chris thinking of a lunge into the braking zone. Josh gives him the room. Run aboard with fish sticks, but yeah, Chris does not get the traction at all. And 10th place it is. Josh moves up to 9th. Now all of a sudden, Millsy, he's actually side by side with Hippo. This is, oh, Hippo, be careful, side by side, through turn 6 and 7, and Millsy makes it. Crucial, absolutely crucial for Millsy. Now he's got to pull away from Hippo and start chasing off Lincoln, but that was good racing by Millsy and Hippo there. Great stuff. And now we have a battle between Lincoln and Millsy. Lincoln's actually coming up to lap Rage Quit, who, as I said, is just really struggling here. That's not AI mode. He's just really not having a good time at all. So it's in the 15, so I think he's just trying to stay out of trouble. Though, not going to give up on this position, as Rage Quit does the very good thing. Actually, that's way off. Very nice on Rage Quit. I feel sorry for him, but he's doing the right thing. He's not getting involved, and he pays the stupid punishment for when that happens. 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. He's only staying off the track. Really do hate that penalty. We carry on. Net in the lead. 2nd and a half. Oh, now this is a problem. Lincoln's got to be very, very careful. The AI Desborough, who does go offline. Oh, be careful with Millsy. Oh, Millsy's going to catch him at the worst point. Oh, off the track. No, 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 no. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Millsy's got damage. Oh, and then the connection trouble. That is the worst. The worst time, and he's got no turning at all. That has wrecked Millsy's race, and nothing he could do about it. I don't know what that AI was doing. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, the semi-positive, if you can think of any positive for that, is he's close to his pit stops. He's not going to lose too much time, but that's not what he wants. When he was just behind Lincoln, put him under pressure. Stupid AI car gets in the way. Well, Desborough's back, but it's a couple of seconds too late because it's injured Millsy now. Long way to go in this race. Just under halfway, but it's going to be massively frustrated, is Millsy. So that puts Lincoln a bit of a safe advantage. He would know that will happen because, of course, they watch the stream, they tell each other, and so on. Millsy, I'd imagine, would be straight into the pits. There's a big yellow flag going on. Bit of a chaos again. I suppose AI car causing a bit of trouble. I know Desbo's actually back, so he should be fine. But Millsy is in the pits. Fresh set of inters. He's going to make those last, I think, to the end of the race. Front wing damage, though, is going to really hurt his time. And the way these cars are spreading out, the likelihood of a safety car is diminishing, actually. Such a shame for the battle as well, because that would have been very interesting between Lincoln and Millsy. As it is. Still a second and a bit. Oh, Rage Quit's out. That might be a safety car. Ed to turn 2. It is! Safety car. This is exactly what Millsy wanted. Rage Quit causes the safety car. Exit at turn 2. Whoa, big off. Technically turn 3, I guess. So who is going to pit? Cornet does not. Oh, Kachow! Speeding under the pit lane. Speeding under the pit lane. Speeding under safety car. Drive through for Kachow. And he's... Why is he overtaking Cornet? Well, drive through as completely... That's going to completely wreck. And in fact, the two leaders have not pitted. Neither's Hippo. 15 laps. On inters, Rogue pits, and he's now going to take the net lead, I guess? Anybody else not pitting? There's a Romeo, that's Desbro, who was trying to unlap himself, but Rogue's pitted, Lincoln's pitted, Manzi, Josh, Dano, Fishsticks. As I said, Millsy, this will bring Millsy back into play anyway. Back up with the pack. Where's he going to end up? 13th? He can get ahead of Chris would be good. Oh, he tried. Cut a corner though. Got ahead of Chris. To 13th, he's still hampered. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, Rage Quit. Don't worry. Mistakes happen. Not your fault. Well, kind of is, but you're human. Come on, mistakes happen. Oh, Joker's out. What's happening with Joker? Is that the run up to... See if I can run up and put a button. You can see the blue dot. I don't know if you can see the blue dot on the map, but that's the run up to turn 3. How has he dropped that there? Anyway, Kachow and Hippo pit. Cornet does not pit. Weirdly. You think... Oh, it's just under halfway. So yeah, Joker's out. Cornet doesn't pit. Why does he not pit? Rogue's in the net lead. Because Kachow and Hippo's dropping back because of the safety car. They waited a lap. And now, even Josh has got ahead of him. And there's Kachow, just beats Dano. Well, no, Dano... I don't know what happened there. Well, Kachow is ahead of Dano. Alright, so they come out 6th and 8th for Kachow and Hippo. But why is Cornet not pitted? Baffling. It was quite baffling decision from Cornet not to pit, because I'd imagine... Yeah, I knew that Muddy with the intermediates, they can't do the full race. You have to pit for them. But surely, yeah, 25 laps if he's careful. And that's if you're good on your tyres. I mean, Muddy Biscuit, I know you're very, very good on the tyres, so 25 is probably the absolute max. So he has to pit at some point, but unless he's confident he can get a gap, I think he's just going to drop way back when he does. How many laps have we got left? Got 21. No, he's never ever going to make it. Never ever going to make it. 21. Source could, but he's stuck in 12 lap intermediates surrounded by those that are fresh inters. So I don't think Source is going to benefit for staying out completely or doing a no stop. A bit of a car park brewing here. Alright. So the only person that has a stop is Cornet. As I said, I think this is a mistake from Cornet. So net leader is Rogue at the moment, but he has 3 penalties, 9 seconds. Lincoln is, in that case, if you take penalties aside and the fact that he's done